This project is really a celebration of creativity, collaboration, and community here in Burlington. And as far as we know, we're kicking off the first of its kind. This is a very unique project, and we haven't seen one of these before. And we're excited because we're doing this in Burlington, Massachusetts. Not Burlington, Vermont, Burlington, Massachusetts, which is super exciting. And, you know, as much as this is a small or micro type of project, I think it's really big on purpose. We're talking about bringing public art into, bringing into spaces that are more accessible. And we're talking about, you know, really celebrating the creativity that is here in our community. And it's also an intersection with economic development as we think about placemaking and bringing people together in places that they gather. So that's what's special about this project, is that we can move it to different locations. It's stationed here today in the Common to kick things off, and it'll be here for 2 months. And then we're moving it to the Town Center Business District during the Beer Garden celebration. And then we even have Simon Mall, 3rd Ave locations being considered to really expand its visibility and showcase some of the art that, you know, is in our area, which is really exciting. And for those of you like, placemaking, what is that? It's really an urban planner's terminology for making things cooler and more Instagrammable in some ways. It's really trying to, you know, create a space that is, you know, an inspiration, or you're really aspiring to something greater than the space exists now. And that's how we think about that. I just want to also say that this project started at True North with a small conversation with Catherine LeComte, who is here today and who will be speaking, but she is a local artist and has brought this project to life. Also with the help of Ken Gordon, State Representative Ken Gordon has been a huge champion of getting and securing funds to make projects like this possible for us here in Burlington. And then we have Sarah Colley, Select Board member Sarah Colley here today from the Select Board, who as a board, with their openness and allowing for not just, you know, innovation in a traditional way, but both imagination and innovation is kind of the spirit of what this project represents. Also, this project could not happen without real physical hard work. Andrew Magare from Modern Edges here, the contractor, who really actually took a chance with this concept. Like I said, we had not seen anything like this. There was not a template to follow. We essentially brought him a trailer and some pictures, and through his hard work and creativity was able to, you know, bring something to life, and it's really exciting. So he has a few words for us too. And also recreation department, Brendan Egan's here. Collaboration with recreation is vitally important. This space is cared by recreation. They'll have to mow around this space. And I appreciate your openness to this, Brendan, as well as our Sculpture Park Committee, who was really the pioneers to get the Sculpture Park bringing 3D art into spaces that are untraditional and able to walk and access and bring them to life. And Barbara LaRue is here, the chair of that sculpture committee. So thank you so much for coming here and supporting that. And with that, I'd like to just start off our speakers. We have about 3 more speakers. Sarah Colley from our select board. Would you mind to come up here today? Thank you so much. And I'll introduce the next one.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for all of you coming out today to the grand opening and celebration of the Burlington Micro Gallery. So exciting. I am Sarah Colley. I'm on the Burlington Select Board. I want to start by saying thank you to Melissa Tintokalis and our economic development team for helping to bring this to fruition. And a big thank you to Catherine LeComte, a local artist and Burlington resident. This idea started with your vision and your courage and your initiative to see it through. And not everyone could see that vision or understand the picture in full at first, but you did. And now we're here, standing in front of this amazing little space that will bring creativity and inspiration throughout our community. Burlington has long been innovative in science and tech and business. And now we're seeing more and more innovation in the arts with projects like this that brings art out into the open, makes it accessible, and invites everyone to be a part of it. The world can feel a little heavy these days. That's why we need art more than ever. It reminds us of our shared humanity, sparks conversation, builds empathy, and gives us something hopeful to hold on to. As a kid, I was personally drawn to anything creative, music, painting, theater, literature, you name it. And now, both as a leader in town and as a mom to some very imaginative kiddos, two of which are here today, I think a lot about the kind of world we're creating for our kids. And that's one of the reasons I love this project so much. It gives young people the chance to see what's possible, to experience all different kinds of art, to meet the artists behind the work, and to imagine themselves as creators too. So Burlington is thrilled and fortunate to welcome the Micro Gallery, to celebrate local talent, and to give us something positive and beautiful to share as a community. So thank you again to Melissa, to Catherine, to the contractors, to everyone who helped to bring this to life, and thank you all for being here to support the arts. Let's keep showing up for the arts and for each other. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. I couldn't agree more. And with that, I'd like to introduce Catherine Lecomte Leche, our resident artist and curator who brought this to life. Catherine, would you come up here? Thank you.
Wow. Thank you all so much for being here. I've been trying not to cry, but I think I'm gonna cry. I don't know where to begin except to share how grateful I am for this town of Burlington that I live in, the community, for Melissa, who, when I first met her in a coffee shop, told her my idea, and she thought, what? Okay, yeah, I think that sounds great, who just believed in this wild idea to renovate a trailer into a mobile gallery space. So I'm so incredibly grateful to you and for Kelly for her support along the way, and Jesse and Kaylee of Graver Electric, the solar company, because I called over 30 solar companies and they all said no to me. And it reached a point where I was crying on the floor and I had given up. I thought, no one's gonna solar power this. And then my husband actually said, just keep trying, just try one more time. So I'm incredibly grateful to him. I called one more company out west and I found Graver Electric and he said yes, and he did it. So let's give it up for Graver Electric, for solar powering this beautiful space. And also, of course, again, to Andrew for listening to my wild idea about renovating a trailer into a gallery, and all the math he had to do, a lot of math I didn't understand, but he did it. It was incredible. And then Fast Signs of Woburn for creating this sign based on our designs and modifications. Everyone came through, and I think that's such a great testament to how we can support each other in a new initiative, work together, and make something incredible happen. And just to wrap up, this idea came from my life, really, growing up in a low-income household. I didn't have access to the arts or extracurricular activities, and I always felt like I love the arts, but the arts were not for me because we didn't have the money for them. So my first trip, to the MFA funded by the school really changed my life and grew my appreciation for art. And as I've grown older, I've made it one of my missions in life to make art more accessible. So I hope that everyone who comes to this gallery feels welcome, just strolling through the park. There are no barriers to entry. No one has to feel uncomfortable based on what they're wearing or what they do for work. None of that matters. I hope that you just come by in the park, view the space, view the art, see something you might not be able to see otherwise if you don't travel to Boston. And so, to wrap up, I'm so thankful for you all and for this incredible vision, this dream that came true. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. And from idea to craftsmanship, I'd like to invite Andrew from Modern Ed just to say a few words, because he too is an innovator in bringing this project to life.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Magera, and our company is Modern Age Contracting, right out of Woburn. We're a general contractor, but Catherine reached out with an AI drawing of something that looks like this. And she was like, can you make it happen? I'm like, how are we gonna do that? And then I had to get thinking day and night, how are we gonna get the glass in there? How are we gonna keep the water outside? How are we gonna get the whole thing together? But, you know, as a creative, I got thinking, figured out what I needed, and here it is. Thanks to Catherine, she was persistent. Everyone disappointed her. She's like, oh, I just called the 10th electrician. Oh my God, he came and saw it. He said he would send me an estimate, and he disappeared. He ghosted me. I'm like, welcome to the world of contracting. That's me every day. But she was persistent, and she was great. Melissa was great. Kelly was great. And anytime I do a project and the clients are so nice and easy to work with, it's always a fun project. So I had fun working with you guys. And I look forward to this tour in the area and hopefully attracting more people. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. And you might have heard a couple people say thank you to also Kelly Cogman, who works on the economic development team. I will not invite you up to speak, but I wanted to definitively call out Kelly's efforts in this process. A heartfelt thank you to Kelly Cogman. She is the power behind, putting crazy ideas, random tasks all together to make it happen. So Kelly, a heartfelt thank you to you. Huge. Let's just give her applause. Thank you very much. And with that, I also wanted, there's just a couple more people. Brendan Egan, our rec department, who has also, made this space available and allowed this to happen with his openness. So Brendan Egan, would you please come up here for a few words, and then we have our artist.
Thank you. I'll be very brief. And that's probably too nice to say, allowing you to, the selectmen control the common. We just have to be able to work around. So I'll be very quick. Thank you to Melissa, Catherine, Kelly, Barbara for her foresight in the sculpture park to kind of kick off Arts in Burlington. We're excited for the arrival of the micro gallery and the Loose Ends exhibit by Jai Hart. So we're very excited for that. Art in the parks enriches public spaces, sparks creativity, and brings communities together. Supporting art in the parks means supporting connection and culture and more vibrant environment for all. One of the things we're trying to do as a rec department, Parks and Recreation Department, is add more art in our parks. So as we begin to renovate parks, we're looking for ways to add art in the parks. So we hope to include more public art in our parks in the future, and we're excited to have this on the Common for the next few months. And we're excited for the next artist as well to see what the micro gallery brings. So thank you very much. Thank you for all the hard work you did putting into this, Melissa.
Thank you, Brendan. And lastly here, I'd like to have Jai Hart say a few words. She is our first artist who has, you have come here and have been open to sharing your art here. If you don't mind to say a few words, and then we'll do the ribbon cutting. And then we can all have some food and water.
Thank you. So I'm really, really thrilled to be here and to share my work with you. And thank you for inviting me, Catherine, and for all this amazing work that all of you guys have done to create this. As an artist in the Boston area, I've heard about this project for a while, and there's kind of a buzz around it. I went to a couple different art openings and to an art fair, and people were talking about it, wondering, what's going on? When is it opening? At first, when I heard about it, I thought it was in Vermont. And then Catherine let me know it was in Massachusetts. So this is really, really great. One thing I love about this space is there's a lot of public art out in Massachusetts and around the country. But for someone who paints on canvas and makes work that isn't like murals or sculpture that has outdoor materials that can sustain itself through elements of the weather, it's really hard to participate in the public, to have work outside. So this is really incredible to be able to do that. And I can see that this will be amazing for a lot of other artists as well, to be able to actually bring a gallery and have work that you show in galleries out in the public, very accessible to everyone. So this is really, really exciting for me. Like to be able to stand here and look inside this window and see my work and be on grass and feel the breeze and turn around and there's kids playing, and it's just really incredible to be able to look at my work and to have that experience of seeing my work in this is really special. So yeah, it's really, thank you.
Did you want to share a few words of what this installation is about?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So this installation, these pieces are kind of a dance. I wanted to bring joy and kind of a celebration of like just have things joyful now. It's sometimes a dark time. And so I just wanted to bring like figurative elements and to use materials that are very simple, just canvas and paint. Anyone could paint and anyone can paint on canvas, but also to be able to sculpt it and to make it really vibrant and fun. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jay, putting you on the spot there. Well, thank you to all our speakers and everyone who has, all of you here listening to us and recognizing this moment. We invite you to, walk in and join this. We will cut the ribbon for some photo ops right after this. But please enjoy this space that we have all built this, we built this together. Everyone here in different ways we have come together to create this. So thank you all and have a great rest of the day.